Let me first of all welcome all of you that have taken the time to come out here today to be a part of this great announcement for the city of Selma. Thank you to the press. We want to welcome our soon-to-be new chief and his wife, Melissa, and family to this great historic city, Selma, Alabama. Let me say, first of all, thanks to Interim Chief King for keeping the ship afloat as we transition and finding a new chief for this historic city. So, Chief, we want to say publicly thank you for your commitment to your service to this great city. Today we have a humble man who has come here to help us move this city forward in regards to our law enforcement and public safety department. Many of us know him throughout the state as the former secretary of ALEA, which he oversaw. He was responsible for 1,400 employees as the secretary of ALEA. At that time, Mr. Collier oversaw a budget of $150 million, and I would like to add, after the audit was done, it was a perfect budget that he directed and oversaw. So we're proud to know that we have a man who's very fiscally responsible in regards to budgeting. Dear person in Selma, we know his work that he's done here in Selma. He's helped with the 7th of Montgomery March, with local law enforcement, with the FBI, as well as with the Secret Service. In particular, the last one you probably recall was the Jubilee 50th anniversary, which Mr. Collier took lead in regards to making sure that we provide safety for the dignitaries and even presidents that came here to our wonderful city. Also, Mr. Collier worked with hurricane relief for Katrina, that he was acknowledged for saving over 30 lives during that horrific storm that came through New Orleans back in the early 2000s. In April 2011, the state was hit hard by tornadoes here in Alabama, and once again, the leader that we're bringing here to this wonderful city, he was there on call to help and assist in those efforts in 2011. At this moment, we would like to swear in our new chief. We are so excited, we're so elated to have the caliber of leadership that's coming here to Selma, Alabama. Many asked the questions on who will be the next chief of police. Well, we knew that we had to go through a process. And personally, I'm grateful for this man because we served brief time together, only 30 days in the legislature together, but he's a colleague and he's a friend. And it's good to have Mr. Collier here as our new chief, Mr. Spencer Collier. And at this time, what we would do, prior to the swearing in, I would actually sign this documentation stating that we are appointing you as the new chief, Chief Collier, and we'll have you to sign off on it, and we will have the Judge Prince Chet, to swear him in, and Ms. Melissa will hold the Bible as he's being sworn in. At this time, we will have Judge Chestnut, who will swear in our new chief, Chief Spencer Collier, and Ms. Melissa Collier will hold the Bible as he's sworn in.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Spencer Collier,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the
of
Constitution
the United States
of the United States
and the state of Alabama,
and the state of Alabama,
so long
so long
as I continue
as I continue
a citizen thereof,
a citizen thereof,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and honestly
and honestly
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
upon which
upon which
I am about to enter
I am about to enter
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chief, at this time, we will entertain any questions from the press at this moment.
why Chief Collier? So what stood out to Chief Collier as a city employee?
I think it's imperative in regards to the violence we have in our community. We inherit a situation whereby our city was considered the worst city in the state in regards to violence throughout this community. And so we wanted to make sure we had someone who had experience with administration, had experience working with different agencies on the local, federal, and state level. And that's what we believe it's going to take to be able to address the crime issues that we have in this city. I will say this, while we're transitioning, security services who have been consulting for us have helped tremendously as we've transitioned throughout this process. And so I want to say thanks to them as we continue to move. They will continue to help in the capacity they have as our new chief come on, which will add more to us being able to move forward to address the crime in our city.
You talked about events that have happened here, the 50th anniversary a couple of years ago, and also crime being two things that have stood out about Selma recently. Was that part of the reason why you sought out someone with Mr. Collier's experience in law enforcement and the fact that he also understands, like you said, how to get things done from a state, local, even federal government level?
What's important when we talk about public safety, that it's not just what we can do by ourselves as a city, but what we can do to reach out to other agencies to help combat the crime and the violence and gang activity that we have in our city. So we wanted someone who had experience on all different levels of law enforcement and someone who actually worked with the State Department, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Collier, Chief Collier, in regards to bringing a LEO together. There's 12 different agencies that was under his leadership. That he kind of brought about some formation to that to give us what we now know as the LEO for the state of Alabama.
Mr. Collier, Chief Collier, question for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You have gone from Alabama's top cop now to Selma's top cop, and I think a lot of Alabamians would want to know why Selma for you, sir.
That's a great question, and that's the one I wanted to answer, so thank you for that. I wanted this job. There were several opportunities both in-state and out-of-state that I was considering. But when I was contacted about this, I immediately knew I wanted this job for two reasons. Number one, the challenge and the opportunity to improve public safety in probably one of the most historic cities in the country. And number two, I wanted to work for Mayor Middleton. I've known him, I've watched him as a legislator. His integrity is impeccable. He ran on a platform of improving public safety. That demonstrates his leadership. So those are the two reasons. So when it was offered, there was really no hesitation. This is where I wanted to be.
So what are your goals for office? What is the first thing that you plan to tackle?
Well, the first thing, the very first thing, meet with the officers in the next hour or so. Secondly, I want to sit down with community groups. I am a huge proponent of community-oriented policing, and I'm a huge proponent of deterring crime by being present, being visible. So we'll take some steps immediately. We're going to start parking police cars so the citizens will know and see officers on the street as opposed to so many unmarked cars. I know just having the presence of law enforcement can deter crime. So between that and working with community leaders, because as the mayor said, we're going to need some help from the federal government, we're going to need some help from the state government, we're going to need help from the community. So what I want to do is coordinate all that. Let's get everyone down and sit down at the table, and let's see what we can do to improve public safety in Selma. I personally told the mayor to annually hold me accountable. I'm willing to take on that challenge. And I'm convinced that we can do it as a team.
Chief, it's no secret, you talk about challenges. It's been a challenge for you the last year or so. How does it feel, for lack of better words, getting back to work? How does this help deal with that?
Well, I've been working. I was consulting for about 6 months. But I knew I wanted to get back in law enforcement. I knew that. So been going through the process with some other agencies. As I said, when this was offered, it's where I wanted to be, it's what I wanted to do. You know, what's happened is in the past, you know, whatever criminal investigation is going on, whatever civil lawsuits are going on, that's behind me. The caliber of executive leadership here, it is very, very impressive. So I look forward to that because for 4 to 5 years I didn't have that. So to have a mayor that says, "I'm going to stand behind you, I'm with you 100%." So it's been a rough year, 15 months, it has. But I knew I wanted to go back to law enforcement. It's ultimately in my blood. As I told the mayor, he knows this, it's a little bit like being in the ministry or clergy. You know you were meant to do it, or you're not. And I've done it for almost 20 years. And I'm glad to be here in Selma.
Chief, the situation with the governor and what have you, have those issues been resolved here in the past several weeks or months?
I can't speak to any criminal investigation going on involving targeting the governor or whoever. I have a civil lawsuit. That's moving forward. But what I can ensure the people is at the operational level, the troopers or SBI or the Fusion Center, they could care less about, you know, difference of agreement at the executive level. I can assure you that they have the integrity, and I know they will be willing to help in Selma. I know that because I work with them.
What will be your compensation package as chief?
Well, normally we don't talk about personnel, internal personnel.
Taxpayers.
Right, it's something that we're not going to talk about here at the press conference, but what we can share with you, we'll share with you at the time to share with you.
Chief, someone's had issues in the past few years for recruiting officers in the department. How do you plan to maybe tackle that when you recruit officers here? You know, they have issues with pay. What can you do to address that?
Well, I firmly believe law enforcement should be paid put their life on the line. But if you look comparatively, it's really not that far off scale. It's not that big of a difference between starting pay at Selma and a trooper. So we've got to do a better job, and with the mayor's help, of recruiting, acknowledging there's a public safety issue, as the mayor has done. I've been a politician. For him willing to say that and acknowledge that, it just shows incredible leadership. You don't see that often, especially at the executive level. I'm going to tackle recruiting. We're going to work on it. You know, a lot of times it's law enforcement eats their own, and we recruit from other departments. But we want to give law enforcement, or if they're already certified, a reason to come to Selma. And if not, we need to recruit and train some. We'll do that.
Will you be living in Selma, and what will your main focus be on starting a new job?
I will be moving to Selma. We'll get through the school year with my children. They've had 2 or 3 school changes in 2 or 3 years. So let them finish out the school year. And I'm going to start immediately. I have a meeting with the officers this afternoon, and we're going to work on issues of communication and following a chain of command. Law enforcement is a paramilitary operation, and if you don't respect the chain of command, it will destroy a department. So I'm going to clearly communicate that to the officers, is that my door is always open. But as I said at Aaliyah or in Homeland Security, you better notify your supervisor before you come. That alone, a singular chain of command with everyone recognizing that ultimately this is our boss. I think that'll help. That's it.
Well, again, thank you all for coming out and being a part of this historic moment. And again, publicly, I want to say to the security consultant who's been working with this process, who will be working with our chief as they come on. Thank you all for all the work that you're doing with our police department. Again, thank you, Mr. Chief, for helping keeping the ship afloat. Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm sorry, one more question for you, Mayor, if you don't mind. How high is your level of confidence with Mr. Collier?
Today, with Chief Collier coming on board, there's a step towards the platform that we ran on, putting public safety first and making sure that we're driving our crime in our community. So, yes, it would take time for us to see drastic change. We didn't get to where we are overnight. We didn't get to the point where we were the most violent city in the state overnight. It took us a while to get there, but today it's a step towards the right direction that we'll go day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, to get back to the place where our police department used to be. And at that time, we were considered the finest police department in the state. And with his leadership, I believe that we can get back to that. Well, again, thank you all for coming out, and we're headed to another meeting. Thank you.